Hey guys! Alright, so it is time to talk about the books that I read in June. Don't worry, this one is going to be much, much shorter than the May one because I read one book and it was a real short book. It was a bad month for reading. It was a bad month for most things, I would have to say. There was a lot going on, and yeah, I had no motivation to read. So, June, what did I read? I think I read one Agatha Christie short story from The Labors of Hercules. I started reading Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix to Mark, but we didn't get very far. Also, as you noticed, I did not do a June TBR, and I will not be doing a July TBR technically. I do have some things that I'm reading right now, and I have things that I want to read. But like I said in my other video, I'm going to do a video on the July reading rush. So a lot of those will kind of go into that. And then I'm going to, at the end of the month, I will talk about the other books that I've read in July. So there we go. I'm probably not going to do TBR lists from now on. I feel like it's too restricting sometimes. I'll try to keep reading 6 books a month, and I'll try to keep doing the categories that I've been doing. But from here on out, I'm not going to be doing a TBR. I'm just going to, I'm just going to read things that interest me as I come across them. Also, right now, it's a little bit harder to get physical books from the library. Although it has opened, it's only open certain days of the week and certain times during those days, and most of that time is when I'm at work, so I can't really go to the library. I have 2 days of the week that I can stop by there, and I have been doing that, and it's so nice to actually be able to get physical books again, because while I don't mind ebooks, I like ebooks, they're fine, but I just like having physical books better. So I'm glad that finally I'm going to be able to get physical books again, so that's nice. But yeah, it's been kind of hard, especially with the new books, because I always have I want to read a new book kind of thing, and it's been so hard to find books that I want to read that are ebooks because I had no physical books. So now maybe it will be a little bit easier going forward now that the library is open some. Anyway, there were a couple of books that I wrote down for my TBR for June that I just ended up not even looking at. I didn't read an Agatha Christie book in June, so there goes that. I was going to read one from my bookshelf, and then I decided, no, I don't want to read this one, I want to read this other one, and then I just ended up not reading either one of them. The same thing happened with the new book. I found one that looked kind of interesting, and then I got another one instead, and I read one chapter of it. And when I checked it out from the library, you get a choice of how long you want to keep the book, and I wasn't paying attention and accidentally set it for 7 days, and there was no way I was going to be able to read that book in a week. So I read one chapter of it, and then it got sent back because my 7 days were up. But I did make it through one book. And that book was called I'm Thinking of Ending Things. And I can't remember the name of the author. It's something Reed. It's like Ian Reed. Anyway, apparently Netflix is adapting it into a film. I don't know how they're going to do that, but good luck, I guess. It was kind of creepy. It probably would have been an interesting book to read around Halloween. There are images in that book that are still in my head. One of those, it's pretty early on, the main character is talking about how when she was little, she woke up in the middle of the night and she looked out her window and there was this really tall man standing outside of her window, and he just stood there, and she couldn't see his face because he was taller than the window, so he just stood there, but she could just tell that he was staring at her somehow, I guess through the wall or something, I don't know, because he was facing her. And she just felt like someone was staring at her, and he just stood there and stood there and stood there. And then finally he lifted his hand and he waved. No, thank you. Don't like that at all. So, yeah. Then there was this one part where somebody was like crawling across the floor, and it's the way it was described, it was real gross. So, I don't know. It was a strange book. I don't know how I feel about it. So yeah, that was the only one that I actually read during the whole month. Now currently in July, I have a couple of Agatha Christie short stories that I'm trying to read. I've got the new Hank Green book that I have just checked out. I checked it out Saturday, so I've got that one to read. I've got another book that I'm also reading, which I will talk about in a different video, but I'm only like 2 chapters into that one, but it's really good so far. I think it's going to be really good. I'm hoping that in the last half of July, I will be more motivated to read. And I think I will be because I'm starting to get back into it. So that's good. But yeah, that's it for the stuff that I read in June. Like I said, not very much. So this is a pretty short video. I will be back for my next video very, very soon, where I will be talking about the reading rush, which will be happening July 20th through the 26th. Is that right? Yes, that's right. So yeah, that's gonna be starting next week. I've already got some books picked out for that. So I will talk about them in the next video though, and tell you all about the reading rush. So I will see you then. Bye!